How's it going, everyone? This is Just Lord with just another top 10. This is my Dreamcast top 10. I got at number 10, I got Rayman. Yeah, this was a good one right here for me. Had the graphics, they had everything about Rayman 2 was great. Most of the time, back in the N64 era, you got a collectathon, and Rayman never felt like that when I played this game. Everything that was in it, I wanted to do. This was one of the best 3D platformers at the time, definitely on the Dreamcast. And I'll recommend this to anybody. Go out there and get this, Rayman 2, The Great Escape. Excellent game. Let me get into my number 9. I got NBA Showtime here. Man, in my house, we used to play this all the time. Me, my friends, my brothers. Get this in right here. This was one of our favorite games to play. Definitely. Can't go wrong with NBA Showtime. This was a hell of a game right here. You got your NBA Jam style gameplay. Then they had the NBC presentation. That music gets you going anyway. But NBA Showtime, another fine example of the Dreamcast. Wish it stayed longer. Pick that up. I got my number 8. I got House of the Dead 2 as my number 8 game. This was a great game. Definitely had this like when the Dreamcast first dropped. It's one of my first games I had. Didn't have the gun though, so I was playing this with the controller, and you could imagine that wasn't the play because Sega didn't make a gun for the game. It wasn't until later till I think it was a Mad Cat or whatever they used to call that. They made a gun for it, and then I was able to play it the correct way. But another great arcade perfect port here to me was House of the Dead. This one Sega was on top in my eyes with one of their best consoles. My number 7 game, Resident Evil 3. I know people liked Code Veronica. I did too, but I never played this on the PlayStation, the regular PlayStation. I got it on the Dreamcast, and this was one of my best games of surviving horror right here. I love that you could create your own bullets. I was making acid rounds and going to work on Nemesis on this. Definitely one of the better Resident Evil games that I played and I liked. So if anybody never played it on the Dreamcast, get that Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. I know the remake is out, but the classic still is alive. My number 6 is Sonic Adventures 2. This one overtakes Sonic Adventures for my favorite Sonic game on the Dreamcast. I only got really one bad thing that I didn't like in this game was the boards like Mario Galaxy. But for some reason they gave me motion sickness, and I didn't like those levels. But other than that, this game was everything you wanted in a Sonic game and more. I could have dealt with less of playing with all the characters, but this still was a good game. Go get Sonic Adventures 2 if you haven't played it. Got my number 5. This is a game that used to start fights in my house right here. Everybody wanted to be the best at virtual tennis. But I gotta say, this was a good game right here. I used to love virtual tennis. We used to play for money, all types of things for this game, and we still play it today. Still one of my favorite tennis games. Probably the best tennis game that I would say is on the Dreamcast is virtual tennis. They don't make them like this, and I love this game. Virtual tennis, if you never play it, go get it. Don't start no fights out there. Got my number 4 game, which is Marvel vs. Capcom. Some people would take Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I won't, because I like this. The hand-drawn graphics and the stages is just on point here. I don't care for all the characters. It was great to have that in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but I wish this was Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with all the characters, because the backgrounds that matches the characters. So this is definitely going to be my game right here over Marvel vs. Capcom 2. If you didn't play this, get that Marvel vs. Capcom 2, definitely a classic. Going into my number 3 game, which is Dead or Alive 2. I know some like Soul Calibur. This was a little bit better for me. I like this a little bit more. The strategy of countering somebody high or low with your grapple. I used to love that. We used play this, always playing defensive, me and my brother, who's arguing who's the better fighter, who's the, you know, and then we used to play this with our friends as well. Still, you know, Soul Calibur's up there. That'll probably be in my hidden gems when I make that video, but definitely Dead or Alive 2 was definitely a classic on the Dreamcast. Awesome graphics as well. Still look good today. My number 2, Power Stones 2. Power Stone 1 was my game, and I remember I was talking with my brother about this. I was like, man, if this was 4 players, this joint would be fire. But lo and behold, Capcom made the 4-player Power Stones. They gave me more of what I wanted. They gave you the levels that changed on the fly. You couldn't beat that. Playing this 4 players, we always have 4 people around my house, so you know we got it in all the time with this. And this game, you know, had secret levels and stuff like that. Power Stone, go pick that up. This is a classic. And my number 1 game, always, Skies of Arcadia. I couldn't get enough. I probably put like 100 hours into this game trying to find everything and do everything in the game. This was one of my favorite role-playing games ever that exist. I wish they made a sequel, but they didn't. I don't know what's wrong with Sega. When you got a hit like this, there ain't no way you don't make a sequel to this. And you're still pumping out games today, and you still haven't gave us a sequel, which is crazy. But pick this up, Skies of Arcadia, definitely a classic. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe and comment on the video, and I'll make another video. If you like the videos like this, you'll get another one.